Okay, quick editor's note before we jump right on into this. Apparently while editing this, I went to go get a screen cap for later in the video, as you will soon see, but it turns out Discount disowned the video. But the reason that we're not scrapping this commentary is because there are very valid points that could be made and it would help out newer commentators. So after that, on with the video. I haven't touched Pokemon on my main channel in a while. I could go for a bad Pokemon commentary right about now. Oh look, here's something. Skull? Why did you crash through my ceiling? You're going to have to pay for it to be repaired. I hope you know that.
No time! I'm being chased by something and... Wait, this isn't my mansion.
Well, this is awkward. The self-proclaimed female equivalent of Skullcommon and the Bonehead himself in one room. I have a Pokemon video to commentate on. Want to join me?
Sure, no problem. I forgot what I was running away from anyway. Hey guys!
How did he...
Stop worrying about the things I can't control. Stop worrying about the dollars I don't know. Stop worrying about the things I cannot know.
Since I've been playing enough Overwatch lately, it's time to get back into the swing of things and start making videos. Oh dear, I have a Pokemon countdown in which the YouTuber does not elaborate, but no one to cover it with. Whatever should I do?
No more fear, I am here.
Whatever should I do? Discount Let's Player? What are you doing here, and why are you using Gengar?
Okay, 1, I'm using Robot Jones, not Gengar, you pleb. 2, roll the intro, this skit is going too long, I say.
A whole 36 seconds is way too long for an intro skit. You're right, Discount. Our attention spans are way too short for long intros. It's not like you can make it entertaining or maybe have some good acting in there to make it a worthwhile 36 seconds.
It's also plagued with a few issues, such as the long pauses, and while I'm almost going to put money down that you didn't add out the second whatever shall I do portion. Taking all bets, taking all bets.
Oh, I put $20 down on that.
Ooh, give me $20.
I also want to point out that the avatar pictures and how they're edited in. Each picture comes in with a cross dissolve and it gives it this weird effect when pictures come back to back. It may just be me, but it detracts from what you're saying and it makes the syncing of the pictures with what you're saying more difficult. Also, how dare you take Robot Jones from Boone Slayer? You little... Boone will make America robots again, not you!
But I asked, you know...
Cut-offs are great, aren't they?
Do you need any help with that?
Happens a lot when you're dead. 3 more times and I get a free snow cone.
They make stamp cards for that?
They make stamp cards. For everything!
We're playing Jesus!
Wait, so is your avatar now Lipard?
Nope, it's still Poplio. Whoever edited this is just garbage.
So today, me and my buddy Discount
Hey.
are going to be covering...
Ah! Kill him with electricity!
Top 5 most beautiful Pokemon by Mystic Umbreon.
Hi, all necessary pause in the visuals and audio. How are you doing?
This video is pretty much a prime example of a Poketuber who can't elaborate, even if the word elaboration hit him with a stick and told him how to elaborate correctly. So with all that being said, let's begin.
Especially with the orange flower on its head.
No skip card? This clearly isn't the beginning of the video. This isn't the biggest issue in the world, but it certainly gave me video whiplash trying to place where the heck we are in the video.
Also, gotta love that attempt at comedy, hidden with the stick of elaboration.
I think Discount needs a dictionary, or a thesaurus, or a humor injection. Something!
I think he needs $20. Did you make this into a trap when I wasn't looking? Oh, come on, guys. I want to be in the commentary.
Looking at Lilligant really reminds me of looking at a flower garden, and the aroma Lilligant's flower is supposed to produce really makes me feel like I'm actually there. Looking at Lilligant's flower, I can see a huge resemblance of lilies and carnations due to the flower's appearance and the aroma it produces. Those types of flowers are honestly my favorite kinds, and I really like how they are incorporated onto a Pokemon. With its aroma, its beautiful flower, and dancing skills, I can say I would be in for quite the show from this dancing flower Pokemon.
Stop! Wait a minute. Play that one portion from the beginning.
Lilligant is one of the most elegant Pokemon I have ever seen, especially with the orange flower on its head. Looking at Lilligant really reminds me of looking at a flower garden, and the aroma Lilligant's flower is supposed to produce really makes me feel like I'm actually there. Looking at Lilligant's flower, I can see a huge resemblance of lilies and carnations due to the flower's appearance and the aroma it produces. Those types of flowers are honestly my favorite kinds, and I really like how they are incorporated onto a Pokemon. With its aroma, its beautiful flower, and dancing skills, I can say I would be in for quite the show from this dancing flower Pokemon.
I really can't help but feel as though there was more to Umbreon's explanation there. The use of especially tells me that there was more than what he was talking about. This is where skip screens can help out, as you can put a timestamp on where you skipped so your audience doesn't get lost. Also, it helps you actually put the video in the description. As of right now, it's just a barren wasteland.
Well, what about the rest of Lilligant that you didn't bring up in the number 5 entry? For example, Lilligant's eyes, the flower around its neck, or the skirt-like thing?
Okay, to play devil's advocate here, what if those things are not the aspects that Mystic thinks makes Lilligant beautiful? He spends the whole segment on the flower on its head and why the aspect makes Lilligant so appealing to him. What you're bringing up is saying something like, oh, I love Luxray's face and it makes it look so intimidating. That's why I think it looks cool. And then you're like, but what about its paws or tail? Doesn't that matter too? Huh? Do you see how silly that is?
Hooray! Another pause!
Ooh, I like paws, so soft. Anyway, while elaboration is a good thing, there's a thing called too much elaboration. It can bog down the video, and if you spend too much time on every little thing, it will make your audience grow bored.
That's actually a pretty decent point.
Can I be in the commentary now?
No.
Elaboration. Do it!
You can't just say elaboration, do it. Even if this is just a poorly executed joke, I'm going to treat this like an actual point of criticism to make my point. What kind of elaboration? More verbal diarrhea? Saying how it could be elaborated would be more constructive. Here, I'll even do it for you. Do other aspects of Lilligant's design factor into why you find it beautiful? You go on about the flower on its head for the entire segment, and that's fine to like that part, but it makes your reasoning look a bit shallow. See? Was that so hard?
This next Pokemon is just pure beauty at its finest. From the moment I saw it emerge from the water, I fell in love with Milotic. If I were in the Pokemon world and watching a water Pokemon performance, this would definitely be the Pokemon I would love to watch the most.
Dude, please no. You seem to have the hot for Milotic like black.
What? What? He has the hots for... No! Okay, putting aside the audio issues of me hearing the background noise, you just accused Umbreon of pokophilia. Or is it pokethiality? Whatever. The only reason why you're basing that off of is the "he fell in love with Milotic" line, which is a common phrase when describing something that people enjoy a concept of. If this was played as a joke, your delivery certainly needs work. Otherwise, yeah, good job, Rust Bucket.
You're further disrespecting the robot discount! Give him back!
It's a cliche, Milotic is a beautiful Pokemon entry. I didn't see that one coming. Like, at all. Like, I had no clue Milotic would be on this list. In fact, I'm rather shocked, and then...
Okay, this doesn't tell me anything about why the segment was bad, so he just picked Milotic. So what? It's a beautiful Pokemon. Why shouldn't he pick it? 'Cause it's been picked before? Last time I checked, cliches are only bad if it's utilized poorly. The one who needs to elaborate is you!
Indeed, but can they please stop doing random cutoffs every time they do?
Hey guys,
Sighs.
do you want to play my game?
If it's so beautiful, then why is it only number 4 in the top 5 list? Also, use the same footage over and over again. How hard is downloading footage?
Did he use the same footage? No, he didn't, at least not in this segment of the video. If he used footage for a segment in another video, then that's up to you to prove. Otherwise, this video alone, no, he hasn't recycled the footage. And as for it being number 4...
What, are you saying it should be higher on the list? Make your own if you're bothered with the placement. It's obvious that he found 3 other Pokemon more beautiful. He does have trouble elaborating why, but it's clear I'm not going to get good points why or how from you two.
Lumineon is pretty much the same as Milotic, except it's a little more beautiful. The reason Lumineon is higher on the list is because of the fact that Lumineon is the neon Pokemon. Ever since I was young, I have loved neon lights.
Even though that the Pokedex shows no proof of this, and we can assume it's bluffing because as soon as you get the Pokemon, it gives the description and not when you see the Pokemon. So we can pretty much assume that the kids wrote it. 10 to 12-year-olds. Yup, people at those ages are the most credible source ever.
Damn it, Gale, look what you did! Okay, first of all, despite what you say, the Pokedex classifies it as the neon Pokemon, and its Pokedex does give hints about it glowing in the water, from Omega Ruby. It lives in the deep sea floor. It attracts prey by flashing the patterns on its 4 tail fins. Part gold, soul silver, Luminion swimming in the darkness of the deep sea. Looks like stars shining in the night sky.
You also didn't let him finish speaking. How rude. He continues his point on how he'd love to see it on the ocean floor glowing because of his love for neon lights. For the sake of arguments, if we go by the Dex entry as true, then this reason is completely valid.
It's my channel. What are you going to do about it, you fat?
I sensed a popular meme.
So you gave up on this being a co-op. I don't know what to say to that.
I know, right? That's just weird. If your partner in the co-op is going to leave, then unless it's played for a joke, then you should have just made this into a solo commentary. Isn't that right, partner?
Right. Just play along, Brooke. Just play along.
Pokemon is another flower Pokemon, but to me, it looks a little more elegant because of the fact that it has roses. Although lilies and carnations are my favorite flowers, roses have always been a very close second. The reason why Roserade is higher on this list is because of my neighbor's rosebush. I've had quite a few run-ins with that thing. Let's see. I ran into it with my bike, I've pricked myself several times trying to pick them. Yeah, not exactly pretty sights, but through all those hardships, I was still able to put a smile on my mom's face every time I brought a rose home to her. Roserade reminds me of all the roses I used to pick for my mom as a kid.
Yeah, great. You have experiences with roses. I'm sorry, but how does that make this Pokemon more vividly appealing? If you come with an answer, give me a call, please.
Because he was relating to his personal experiences. This is an opinionated list, after all, and people can use their experiences to determine what they consider beautiful.
Plus he says roses are his second favorite and thus can be assumed that he found them beautiful, and since Roserade has roses in its design, it's not hard logic to follow.
The Pokedex entries, the love, and the shiny coloration just match her too well. Gardevoir's overall appearance as well just reminds me so much of an angel as well. Angels are portrayed as being very beautiful. My mom is like an angel. Gardevoir is like an angel. It's the perfect number 1 choice. Well, that pretty much wraps up my top 5 most beautiful Pokemon. All of these Pokemon are very beautiful to me in their own unique ways.
Dude, do you realize that the list entry isn't a separate Pokemon? Therefore, breaking your criteria, and you completely ignore this. How could you not see the fact that you just broke your own criteria? It was so obvious. I know it's still technically a Pokemon, but it's not separate from Gardevoir, so you broke your criteria.
What? Where'd you even get that notion? He clearly ended the segment and went on to the conclusion / end promotion.
Seems like someone wants to play Find the Pages. Also, he broke his criteria. How would your audience know? You didn't include that at all in your video if it was there. And since I had to go look it up, it makes it really hard to trust you.
It sounded like you started talking about a 6th Pokemon.
Shiny or not, it's still Gardevoir. It's a different variation, of course, but it's still the same Pokemon.
He doesn't even have any criteria other than it being his opinion.
Final thoughts, learn to explain. This countdown's main problem was that you didn't explain why you felt these things. That's why me and Tiptoe decided to cover this video.
Oh, hi there, Doodle. What are you doing here? Seriously, why did you change the avatars?
Because he could? Oh well, now I think it's a good time to head into final thoughts ourselves.
Oh joy, I've always wanted to do this. And there's a ton of editing problems here, so many pauses and audio issues that if I had a jaw, it'd be on the floor right now. I'm not going to say you shouldn't do this. After all, everyone can improve, but you really need to work hard. Also, I can't help but feel that you did this because the cool kids of the CC, particularly that of Doodle Gale and the Bonehead, did so themselves.
Discount, if you aren't a troll, please heed this advice. As stated earlier, work on your audio editing and your visuals. As for your points, make sure that you elaborate on why something in particular is bad or could use work. Don't just get lazy with your co-op partner and drop them halfway through. This was overall sloppy and I recommend a skip card so we know when you aren't intentionally leaving things out to strengthen your points. Alright, I played along. Where's Skull?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Here you go.
You could have at least used some more tact.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
Yes, hold on, you big baby. Now that you're fine, I want both of you out of my house! Out!
That was rude.
Give me back my clothes!
That was enough shenanigans for one lifetime.